Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick video and show you this proof of concept Cyclone CwC while channeling raised zombies which release caustic clouds when you resummon them. This is not a build guide video, this is just a quick proof of concept. I used my previous build which was scaling minion life and minion damage for exploding SRS and it works just fine. The passive skill tree is basically the same and most of the items are almost the same since this build also needs minion life. So I'm not gonna be including path of building import code, and for passive skill tree check my previous build. So if you look at these new gloves, raised zombies have up to 100% increased maximum life, raised zombies do not require a corpse, and your raised zombies count as corpses. This last line can be used for other shenanigans, but I'm not gonna talk about that in this video. Next, from the Necromancer Ascendancy node, Flash Binder, your raised zombies spread caustic ground on death, dealing 50% of their maximum life as CS damage per second. And this on death effect is also triggered when you summon more than maximum number of zombies, basically resummon zombies. The zombie that was first summoned will be resummoned into a new one, and that will spread the caustic ground. And with Montragel's Grasp you also reduce the maximum amount of zombies you can have by 50%. So if you had 7 maximum zombies you would have 3, if you had 6 you would also have 3, and you want to reduce maximum amount of zombies as well to be able to resummon them more frequently. And Montragel's Grasp also gives a lot of flat life to zombies, but the last line, which gives up to 100% more physical damage to them, isn't really useful for this. Also, it is worth noting that caustic ground is not actually a skill used by minions, it's actually ground effect, and when enemies die from ground effect it would not trigger the explosion from Montragel's Grasp. In fact, kills made by ground effects are considered as your kills, but the damage is still scaled only by minion damage and minion life, but not here's damage multipliers or here's damage from the passive skill tree. So you could do some shenanigans and have something special happen when you get a kill, like for example life recover on kill. Anyway, so obviously to scale this caustic ground damage you want to increase minion life as much as possible, minion damage also, and there are many ways to do that, I'm not gonna go over them. But this AoE of the caustic ground is pretty small, so it may be worth using increased area of effect gem. My current links are Cyclone CwC while channeling, raised zombies, level 20 quality 20 by the way while doing Minotaur run, minion life, minion damage, and then swift affliction. But it would be worth using increased area of effect and swap to conk effect for bosses. With 15 bitter stacks and conk effect, in path building I'm seeing 500,000 shaper DPS with this caustic ground, but this build is not optimized. By the way, as for the auras, your minions would not benefit from any of the auras. In path building it shows the damage increase, but well, I'm not 100% sure, but it shouldn't because they die and we no longer have the auras. I mean, minion instability does not benefit from any of the auras, so this should also not benefit, but for some reason in path building Malevolence does increase caustic cloud damage, and if it does you could get way bigger damage, especially with good Elder Helmet. There is an issue with this casual channeling mechanic. As you can see, while I'm channeling and not moving very fast, zombies are being summoned in one spot. Only when I move a bit further away they do get resummoned onto my mouse cursor. And you can kind of slingshot them ahead of you, but you can't really know exactly when you're gonna slingshot them. So it's pretty hard to do that. However, to fix that you can kind of use convocation to teleport your zombies next to you, but that means you have to be close to enemies all the time, and that also means you kind of have to build it a bit tankier than normally. You may also want to get convocation cooldown recovery speed helmet enchantment, and as a Necromancer you're already getting convocation cooldown recovery speed from the Necromancer Ascendancy node, so the cooldown is gonna be around a bit over 2 seconds, but it's still not gonna be very pleasant for mapping because you can't really summon your zombies ahead of you all the time. But I quickly tested this build in tier 16 Minotaur map, and I would say it went pretty okay-ish. I didn't have enough practice with this build, so there were a couple rips. Also before that I tried double core map, and the clearing is actually pretty decent. I was not using increased area of effect and instead was using swift affliction because I wasn't using tableau and I was using different body armor, so I did not have an option to switch into blue socket. Also I'm kind of skeptical that concentrated effect increases the caustic ground damage. Sometimes PoE mechanics are a bit confusing, but I guess it does work. Oh, actually I just got another idea. You could actually use Blight casual channeling zombies, and it would be much more efficient, but it still has the same casual channeling issue. It does not raise zombies directly onto your cursor, but it seems like it has a pretty wide gap before it switches places. So that would also not be very reliable. and you would still have to use Convocation, but at least Blight would make enemies take increased health damage, so you could end up having even more damage. I think with the properly optimized build this could be potentially pretty strong. I think I mentioned everything, I hope. So that's gonna be it for now. Thank you for watching and I'll see you soon.